Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls everywhere in Commanders Nation. Welcome to another episode of Command This. It's your boys, Steve, Dev, and Phil, back live with you on our Thursday night live stream. What's good, fellas?
Thursday night live. Let's do this.
Live.
We're going to talk schedules.
Lady.
Talk autistic fans. We're going to talk
autistic fans.
We got some autistic fans out there. Here's the thing. I'm trying to be more active on Twitter because I generally I just dead named it X. And I'm convinced that we may have just one of the weirdest fan bases because we cannot have anything positive without then turning around immediately, finding the dark cloud in the silver lining, and then we make it a big
issue. Don't you think that's every fan base? I mean, I'm asking rhetorically. I'm assuming
no.
I don't think that's isolated to just us.
No, it can't be. No one can be worse in a general sense. Maybe the Giants because they're just delusional. Right, but the Giants just always think that they're going to. This is our year, right? It's a New York thing. Every year the Yankees are going to win the World Series. Every year the Rangers are going to repeat 1994, and every year the Giants are going to go to the playoffs. That's just how they are. Oh, and the Knicks are finally good.
Hey, you're a hater. You are a hater, but we are good. Thank you.
Well, I said you're finally good. That was
good.
Yeah, did you hear about how the
maxed out of my hand?
I got to wear my Knicks jersey. I just got a Brunson Knicks jersey in the mail yesterday, and I was going to wear that, and I forgot.
Did you hear about the locker room that was real tense, and someone farted in the locker room, and it broke the tension, and that's how they got all loosened up for the game? That was a legit story in the Knicks locker room.
Oh,
they were all nervous about the game.
Loosens up a tense situation like a fart.
I seen that interview where Luka Doncic was giving an interview and somebody had Pornhub popped up in the background, like the sound effects, like on the computer he was on. Yeah, and there was some moaning too. Like it was crazy. Like when he was doing the conference, he was like, "Whoa, somebody's embarrassed." It wasn't his computer. It was somebody had on the desk full of computers.
Oh damn!
Somebody probably was pranking that too, man. I bet they knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Oh man. Can't log into Twitter twice in one session, man. That's a problem.
What's happening to you right now?
Yeah, I was just trying to move over to different accounts and share some stuff, but then it automatically kicks you out of one tab. When you have two tabs open, you sign out of one and it puts you in the other. You can't have two sessions at once on the same browser.
I can't ever go into our Facebook account and just leave a message without leaving a message as the Command This guy. I can't leave one myself unless I can reply as myself. But I can't make my own post unless it's through the as a group. I can't make my own post. I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because you're representing the page. What's up, Yams? It's good evening and raise hail, fellas. We're sweeping the Giants this year, at least beating over from Vegas. Beating the over from Vegas. His record prediction 7-10. We are going to talk about that here very soon. But Yams saying 7-10. I wanted 8-9, but this would be an improved team and no embarrassing losses. I agree. I think it will be just enough to fully crest that hump. We'll see what Dev's predictions will be the funniest because he says one thing and once he does them individually, man, we could be 15-2, but we're gonna be 5-13. Linda, what's up, Mom? Says, yeah, it's Thursday. Time for some fun. Thanks for tuning in, Mom. We appreciate you and love you. Thank you very much.
Hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, we had dinner on Sunday. Yam says, Deb looking so fresh and so clean. Got the zoom. Jeremy, what's up, Jeremy? Our brother from the Buccateers podcast. And now that the schedule has been released, we are playing our friends in Tampa on week 1 in Tampa. So I believe we'll probably do a collaboration that week between our two podcasts for the pregame and maybe postgame, but definitely pregame for sure.
Maybe we should get Bruce Allen on.
Oh,
Hope to get Bruce Allen so I can laugh.
Our former Tampa North coordinator.
Or maybe Jay Gruden.
And Jeremy, I am definitely enjoying life with Jay. I'm enjoying Jalen Brunson and Jaden Daniels, dog. They are quickly becoming two of my favorite sports entities, man. It's gonna take a lot to overthrow, by the way, Lamar Jackson. But if anyone can do it, you know, the only thing Lamar has on JD at this point is he played at Louisville. You know, it's the only thing he has on. But
well, and a whole rack of a career of accomplishments.
Right. By the way, I've almost never had my favorite NFL player play for the Washington Commanders or Redskins. Never. Like Darryl Green was my favorite Commander, but Deion Sanders was my favorite player. Now, when Deion played for Washington, I kind of didn't like him anymore. It's weird. It was weird.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like Darryl Green more. I liked Darryl Green more than Deion Sanders when Deion Sanders played in Washington. But before that, I like Deion more than Darryl Green.
That's fair. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Sean Taylor may have been the only player I've ever when he was my favorite player in the NFL while he played on our team. It might have been the only one.
Yeah. What up, Juan? Juan said, I will be traveling to Cincy, Tampa, and Baltimore, and Juan will be at every home game and probably squeezing in some Nationals games, some Mystics games, and whatever else he can get his hand. Defenders games. Got the Defenders hat on. He can get his hand on because Juan's a DC super fan.
Defenders.
That's dope. Good job, Juan. Represent, man. Marcus Edlin. What's up, Marcus? Make sure you guys check out Sports View 2 on Facebook. Check it out and spreading all the good sports love around the social media spaces. Yeah. But with that being said, let's get started and talk about some schedule. So what I want to do is, the same thing that everyone and their mom is doing, but we're going to do it too here on Command. This is a way too early schedule predictions, but let's just go through the schedule first, and then we'll talk wins. Don't say wins or losses yet. So let's just go through the schedule, and then we'll talk about the next step will be the actual schedule predictions themselves. So with that being said, here's the schedule. We only have one home preseason game. So the first preseason game is going to be at the Jets, then at the Dolphins, and then the Patriots at home. I don't know if that's the order. 1, 2, 3. I think it is. It probably
is.
So I don't know. I used to,
for this though.
What? Well, because now we're a 17-game schedule now.
We have 9 home games during the regular season.
Whereas last year we had 2 preseason home games.
Or opportunities for you fans to show up and keep opposing fans out of the goddamn stadium.
But me personally, I like the preseason games at home because it's ones I take my whole family to because the tickets are cheap. And if we don't stay the whole game, you know what? It ain't a big deal. I'm not going to do that during the regular season. So
you didn't see, your future garbage collector.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Because they didn't want the guys who get cut play at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah. It's the guys really giving it all.
Your future garbage collectors.
Yeah. Marcus says he's traveling to Cincinnati and DC to see the games. Marcus, you got to let us know what DC game you come to. So if not, definitely recommend going to the Command.
Marcus, you go pick up some of that Skyline chili while you're out at Cincinnati? Little chili and cheese on top of the spaghetti.
And that was funny because the Chargers, when they did their schedule drop, they did the Skyline chili Pop-Tart. And I didn't know the reference till my wife told me. And I was like, oh, I get it. I get it now. But I didn't know the reference. But
you never heard of Skyline chili?
I have, but it never dawned on me to be like, what is Skyline chili? Like, I knew it was a thing.
The story of Cincinnati chili is uniquely, it's funny because it comes from immigrants. But it does make for a very uniquely American story about immigrants over here, and they create something and kind of contributes to the general melting pot of the country. It is actually a pretty fantastic deal. I actually posted about that on my personal Facebook. Steve, you should see that a couple times. Actually, I've re-shared that story because I think it's just very interesting. But I'm a history nerd, so it is what it is.
Okay.
Marcus Elin says that Skyline chili is nasty. Well, Marcus, we can't all be culinary experts.
Right.
All right. I'm going to use this window instead because I feel like this will work out better. as I zoom in a little bit.
Do what you got to do, brother.
So we saw that doesn't zoom in any better. We said preseason Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots. So that's the preseason. It's funny. It's all. Have they always presented a entire conference in the preseason? Like this is the AFC East.
No, I don't think
unless that's
so.
totally on accident.
Well, wait a minute. They did last year. Browns, Ravens, Bengals.
But we always play the Ravens in the preseason. We always do the Battle of the Beltway in the preseason. Always.
Maybe that was just coincidence last year.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. If you're in the chat, please let me know.
That might also be partially because we're playing the Ravens in the regular season. So we drew the AFC North in the regular season.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, it's cool because we don't look like Burrows will be playing by September 23rd. So,
and we also drew the NFC South.
Yeah, I'm just not used to playing a whole conference in the preseason. That's new to me. So, either way, hey Phil, let's go through these comments here while I get some of this stuff.
Sure. Yam says that he hated Miami. This is going back to Dev talking about Sean Taylor, but he seeing a girl lived in Stark. She was a Canes fan. They would drive down to visit a friend who's a Dell employee and a DJ inside. On a short story, he fell in love with Sean Taylor back then.
I seen him play against Tennessee live. I had a friend who's a Tennessee volunteer fan. I went to Knoxville with him and watched the game. I saw him hit someone. I didn't know who he was. I saw this guy hit someone so hard that I couldn't take my eyes off the guy. Once he hit him that hard, I was like, dude, this guy is awesome. And then every game after that I watched, I was like, this guy's actually good on top of just being awesome.
So our boy,
and luckily got on my team.
Our boy Terrence, our resident Eagles fan, says he'll be at the game December 22nd. That's going to be Eagles here.
1 p.m.
I'm kind of terrified Thursday night games.
Yep.
Yam says, look at that first 6-game, 4 away games. Granted, one is Baltimore, but dang. Yeah, I mean, the early part of the schedule is going to be a little rough. But maybe absence will make some hearts grow fonder, and that means that more people will show up towards the end of the season.
Let's not waste our predictions, man.
We said we're just going through the schedule, talking about
the games that are scheduled.
Yeah. Are we saving our predictions for after preseason like we normally do?
No, we're going to go through the games. We're going to talk about the games, the times and stuff, and then we'll do the predictions after.
All right.
Let's just talk schedule. So let's just get through week.
Juan Carlos talks about how that New England preseason game is going to be return of Antonio Gibson.
That's right.
That's right. It should be.
Marcus with his bad culinary take. Tia says, hey, fellas, I'm mad. We still have week 14 buys. We got another late buy this year.
Yeah, what's up with
we
that?
Always think it's going to help us, but usually by the time that happens, we're already struggling to even sniff the postseason. Yeah. Ryan Elias is eating Cincinnati chili right now.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that. That's what you call synchronicity, people. Look it up.
Yes.
Ian was talking about chili. He's talking about how lobsters got popular.
Lobsters used to be the roaches of the sea, and now it's
given the slaves to figure out they prepare them, and then a slaver got the idea to market them to friends. They went from trash to high class.
Yeah, lobster's so good and so expensive. What's up,
Deluxe? What up, good people? Yes, Deluxe. What up to you? Always nice to see you in the chat. Ian says he doesn't ever remember playing Baltimore in the preseason and regular. I know it's happened.
Oh, I've taken my family the last couple years to go see Baltimore. I saw
played Baltimore in both preseason and regular.
Yeah, I took them last year. I saw when who was the running back that Gus Edwards that tore his ACL? I think Phil and I were there for that one. No,
I was not that.
No, I was there with someone else.
Yeah,
but so you saw the Ravens lose their first preseason game in 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, Gam says the last time he remembers us playing a team in the preseason and regular season was New England. I remember that too. That was only a couple of years ago. Super Chef, salute
Chef.
What up, Chef? We are going to be cooking tonight.
Cook.
Deluxe says they're trying to go with the closest teams they don't play in a regular season.
Yeah.
Well, they try. But
That makes sense logistically. It makes sense, and that means like maybe joint practices and stuff. Probably,
Chef
maybe.
says Sam Hartman looks good too. Do you
It's
mean
like
by his play or by his luscious coif of hair?
like a 40-year-old heartthrob that all girls love.
Like a soap opera villain.
Yes,
He definitely got that.
I'm about
he looks like a human being in Gargoyles, the cartoon series.
he does. He does.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Tia she says, I'm over to my people's house. I'm gonna watch this when I get home. Tia, have fun with your people. Be sure to drop a comment if you hear anything that you like. Drop that like when you start watching the video.
And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button right now. We would greatly appreciate it.
Deanne Bagger says he was talking about pre and regular as we were talking about, and 1 to 2 times when it came down to Richmond. Yes.
Yeah.
2021, I believe.
Bon Secours training facility.
2020. It was 20. It's either 2019 or 2021.
Yeah. Okay. So the schedule in itself, in a nutshell, there's, and while just to make life a little bit easier, let's get rid of that. So there's 2 primetime games. There's all this speculation about how many primetime games we were going to get. We got 2. We got week 3, which is Monday Night Football, 8:15 versus the Bengals. And then we got a Thursday Night Football versus the Eagles, week 11, 8:15 p.m.
Can I put my optimist hat on?
Yes.
2 so far.
Correct. You always have the flexes at the end of the season. Falcons game right here, TBD for week 17, week 18. Cowboys, you don't even have a time on those. So these look intriguing. Just off the cuff, Dev, the white games, filled in white are home. The darker ones are away. Are there any games that just jump out you for any particular reason? Is there any game that you think here might be cooler, funner, more meaningful to watch than any of the others?
I like the New York game at home.
Which this week 2?
Yeah.
Week 2 is going to be crazy.
Week 2 is the Browns, isn't it?
No, week 2 is the Giants at home. It's the home opener.
I think that's the one I want.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
All of the Brits, the Brits from the UK are coming for week 2, the Giants game at home. So Sunday.
I think this is going to be interesting because if we've leapfrogged the Giants, there would be a good way to start off the home schedule.
Yeah,
with a win.
Yeah, I like to see the Bears too. Get to see Caleb Williams.
That's the one I'm looking at. Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels.
They should be clicking by then. They got a lot more talent on the Bears, man. Their offense should be clicking.
By that point in the season, we should start clicking too, because that's week 8.
Yeah, we're not going to be good, bro. But
are we going to be terrible though? That's what we're going to discuss later on. Are we going to be good? Are we going to be great, good, on the come up, or just terrible?
What's good though? I saw my voices.
I guess good is it's subjective.
Good is it is subjective. Let's say this: great is you're challenging the division. Good is you're challenging the wild card. On the come up is you're not quite playoff contenders, but you're showing some improvements and some life. And terrible is last season.
Creeping on come up.
Brand new like that Bone Thugs debut album.
Let's go live on Instagram here, although it never works too well for us because we always go way over an hour, and they only let you go for an hour here. So we're going to do it anyways, just to be populating.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, let's go. What about you, Phil? Any of these games jump out at you? Anybody in the chat?
Game jumps out at me. The other one I'm interested in, and it's only because I just feel like we never play these guys, or we only get them once every 4 years, is Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh interests me because of the fact that Pittsburgh's a team that's much like ours. They're even though they haven't done any coaching changes, like they haven't changed their head coach or anything, but they feel like they're trying to start anew. They went out and got 2 new quarterbacks, all that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas we have a new quarterback, new coach, new everything. So I think that just that Pittsburgh game just intrigued me. Home.
Yeah.
What also intrigues me is how do they keep the black and yellow invasion from happening?
Yeah, because it always does. And we have bad memories from 2008. Okay, I was going to say 7.
And 2016.
I know one of them was that's when we had the ticket scalping scam from our own employees selling to out of market ticket scalpers from Pittsburgh, and they got fired for it. And it was so bad that Jason Campbell could not even hear the plays in his headset at home. That's how many Steelers fans there was. Very bad.
That was terrible. Terrible game.
Very, very bad.
And the 2016 game was terrible. That was when Antonio Brown was twerking in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Steve and I and our founder emeritus Rodney Thomas were all at that game. I was just a member of the Addicts at that time. I had not been elevated to super moderator status yet, so I was not in as tight with these guys. So didn't even know they were there.
There you go.
I think that's the game you and Rod met in person.
It was, and I had my brother-in-law, and I had a coworker from work, and he knew someone who was working like the club suites. Although we couldn't get anything for it, it was a fun little.
Yeah, I was in the lower bowl, which means that I just stood the whole time.
Yeah. Deluxe says week 2 for home opener and Brits and Baltimore 2 must attend. Yeah. That'd be nice. Todd, what's up, fellas? Joe Burrow and Jaden, baby. Let's go. So you're talking about week 3 Monday Night Football.
I mean, what else? If it ain't involving LSU, he doesn't give a shit.
I mean, I think
Joe Burrow ain't going to play.
You think he still might be injured? I don't know his health status.
Yeah. They put some out on him today.
Yeah, I know he's throwing, but I figured Todd would be more interested in the New Orleans game, week 16.
He's allegedly going
off the bye week.
Darius Butler had the same surgery as Joe Burrow, and he lost at least 50% of movement in their wrist. They're seriously wondering now if Joe Burrow's recovery at this point.
Okay. I thought he was further along than that, but I haven't paid attention.
I think they're saying he should be, but he's not.
Yeah. Yam says, we'd be like a top half mid-pack team like 15-16. I think it'll be a reflection of the run game more than even passing game. If you look at almost the upper half teams have a good run. I think we'll be lower than that, but we'll go through records here in just a second here. Todd Samuel, it's an LSU Tigers party. Lamar versus Jaden. I have no high expectations for that game. Lamar is going to trounce us like Lamar always does. So it'd be cool to see them gauge up, but I'm not seeing that as Lamar versus Jaden. I'm seeing that as the Commanders versus Lamar, because Lamar can single-handedly destroy this team.
Let's hope that Jaden, if he has a good game and the team loses, doesn't do like Dwayne Haskins did, because he had a pretty good game and the team lost.
Selfies after the Detroit?
No. Remember, that was a game that got him in serious trouble because like the team lost. We lost 31-17, but he threw 300 yards. Now, granted, he had to throw because we were behind the whole time. And he's all in the locker room like, I threw for 300 yards. F the rest of y'all kind of attitude. Rivera's like, that ain't it, man. That ain't how you act. You lost.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of a series of events with Dwayne that was Dwayne's undoing, unfortunately. But let's hope that Jaden is a different kind of cat. I mean, so far so good. I've heard nothing but good things about Jaden. That whole thing about his release versus Drake Mays was a bit overblown, but it did look cool.
Yeah. His release looks so good though right now. It's
nice, quick release. It does remind me kind of how Penix has that real snap release.
Yeah, it's not as fast as Penix is.
It's not as fast as Penix's release, but it's a fast release, and that's good because he's going to need that fast release. Yeah. I have a feeling he's going to be seeing some pressure this year. Yeah. We'll see.
Deluxe says, would you go blackout a game against Steelers? I would not. One, I think they usually save that for like a primetime game. Isn't that how it works? Or
no, we did a blackout game at 1:00 against the Vikings 2 years ago.
No, it would clash too much. I would pick a team that has completely non-black colors. That way you can see. Yeah, although if you did blackout versus Steelers, that actually might be helpful to see. It'll seem like there's more Commanders fans, but I don't know. Pittsburgh travels really well, especially
Maybe that's why we have those. Everybody complains their uniforms resemble the Steelers.
they do.
Maybe that's just because we're like, well, we know whenever the Steelers come here, they're going to bring all their fans. So let's create an illusion.
Marcus is intrigued with the Steelers and Ravens, although he loves Lamar. Not on 10-3. Plus, he has a lot of family who are Raven fans and Steelers fans. Yeah, that's right. EM says, why do we care about dudes on other teams and be what the team is looking like more? That said, the team building drills have been excellent to see. You notice they've had pretty much team involvement. Yeah, they're doing full 7-on-7s too, instead of like 1 7-on-7 units. They're doing where a lot of players don't get playing time. They're doing 2 full 7-on-7s. So people are getting. So the guys that don't normally get to play are getting to play more. So that being said, let's do some predictions, fellas. Let's just roll down the list here. And I haven't given this any thought. This is a blank list. Okay. There's nothing on this list. This is not thought out for me. I'm going to make this up as we go. And I asked everyone in the chat, kind of do the same thing. And then when it's over, put out your record prediction. And then we're going to revisit this maybe later. I'm gonna type this up later in the year.
Preseason.
Maybe we do this again, but at the end of the preseason we'll do it again, and then we'll revisit it at the end of the year and see how we do. I think we revisit ours during halfway through.
Now, before Dev even looked at the schedule, and nope, he had not done any prep for the show yet. He posted on Twitter in response to me talking about this tonight. 5 wins. Let's see. He's muted, and that's good because I'm still gonna say this. Let's see if his 5 wins magically turn into 12.
All right. So we'll just go right there. I have Steve Devin fills the order, so we'll just do that. We can snake it if you want, but so starting off week. Let's do this. Let's zoom as we go down. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. To keep it a little better. Okay, there we go. Now we can see it much more full. Okay, so week 1, we got Tampa in Tampa. Tampa's a tough team. They are coming off a strong season. Baker's been re-signed. I'm going to call that a loss in Tampa.
I agree.
Dev, you're going to say it's a loss as well. All right, Phil.
I'm going to call a close loss.
All right.
Hey man, it can either be a winner or a loss. It
ain't horseshoes or
it ain't horseshoes.
But it's okay. You can put qualifiers on it if you want to. I'm
just because Tampa. Here's the thing: Tampa's scoring defense was really good last season, but they gave up quite a bit of yards.
Yeah.
So because of that, that's why I look at it as close loss.
Okay. Week 2 at home versus the Giants. I'm calling that a W. I think we might even be seeing Drew Lock. I know what Dev's going to say this already about the Giants. And Dev, tell us why you predict. I know the answer to this, but tell everyone who's watching.
We don't ever beat them. So
until we beat the Giants, we're not going to.
I don't care if we had 8 all NFL players on the offensive side of the ball and 9 on the defensive side. We would still lose to the Giants every year, dog. I'm going Giants.
Until we beat the Giants, you're never picking the Giants. I believe that's your word.
I'm never going to pick against the Giants. Until we beat them.
That's fair. Phil.
Well, Dev says we won't beat them till we beat them, and I think we'll beat them.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. Yam says, watch us play in the Steelers jerseys against.
Hey, I'm glad we didn't beat them last year because we'd have picked Drake May.
Yeah, Todd, if Jaden takes the playoffs, great. I'm not setting my expectations high, man. One season at a time. One season at a time.
I just want to end the season knowing that he's a number 1 quarterback that we ain't gonna draft.
Oh yeah.
If I get there, I'm cool. If it's a debate, then I'm going the other guy every time.
Deluxe says week 1, 1-0. No more free from week 2. That's fair. I respect it. Yam says, Dev, I get it too. A bunch of those close losses mean the team was in it and had a chance versus all embarrassing games. Listen, this is a 4-win team from last year.
Yeah.
So
second worst team in the NFL.
Lots of room for an improvement. That's all you want to see. All right, week 3. It's Cincinnati, Monday Night Football in Cincinnati. For me, I'm going to assume it's versus Joe Burrow, and I'm going to chalk that up as a.
I don't know why you use him as a qualifier because the backup's just as good. I don't know. What did the backup do that Joe Burrow? What did he not do?
Hold up. Who's the? I don't even know who the
Jake
backup
Browning.
is. Jake
Brown.
Brown. Oh, Jake Browning's
That
pretty
motherfucker-
sick.
Yeah. He's doper than what we have until we see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm going lost.
All right. Deb's going loss.
I don't think we win any games. We're going
What?
All right, Phil. What do you got for Week 3 Monday Night Football?
I think we're going to take an L until we start. The way Dev is with the Giants is the way I am with Monday Night Football. We are traditionally terrible on Monday nights.
Yeah. Todd says Malik versus Jaden's going to be fun. Malik wants to get out of the New York Giants, man. That dude looks miserable. It's the running joke on Twitter is that Malik wants nothing to do with being a New York Giant. And it's really funny because in some of the pictures, it's getting captured that way.
So a wide receiver versus a quarterback is going to be fun, huh?
No, remember, this was interesting because
I'm just pointing out what that Jaden's just doing a little bit of this.
No, what
LSU.
Why it's interesting is because you remember the whole betting thing from last week?
Yeah.
So they both publicized they made a $10,000 bet on the side who would have offensive rookie of the year. And while I don't think that should be illegal, they said after we received education from the league, we understand that this is now illegal and there's no bet. Of course, I guarantee the bet's still on. Guarantee it. You just don't announce that shit, dummies. Malik is the dumbass. Jaden didn't say anything. Jaden was like, he wasn't supposed to say anything.
I will say this.
So Malik's an idiot.
Jaden has proven himself to be the smarter of the two offensive stars from LSU that came in the draft. You know what? All credit to Jaden. He knows how the game is played. He is savvy when it comes to what you do and don't say. So
Yam says Dev's hoping for another top 5 pick. Yam, this is what Yam was talking about. So many Malik's pictures or interviews. Looks like he has no energy or not comfortable. That's what I was talking about.
Does anyone think it's because he was the Giants, or do you think it maybe just he's not natural in front of the camera?
Be, but it's funny because it's blue people, Phil. And anytime you get him, you can make fun of blue people.
I know, but I want to know in case we have an opportunity to pick him up later on.
All right, let's snake this so it's not seem like we're doing groupthink at all. So Phil, we're gonna snake back around to you for Week 4, Arizona 4:05 game in Arizona. On the, I guess you'd call it West Coast, but what do you got for that one?
I got us taking a dub.
All right.
I have no faith in Arizona.
Okay. Dev, what do you have for the Arizona game?
Trying to think who I got this year. Receiver, they picked up Marvin Harrison Jr., right?
That was their number 1 draft pick, yes.
I'll go
Mind
win.
you, they were a 4-win team as well.
I'm going to win. I'm going to win just because I'm going by what I saw last year. I'm not sure what else changed. They got a new coach too, right?
Arizona. I'm trying to remember. Yes, they do have a coach. I think he's a balanced coach.
Yeah, it's Gannon, right? It's Gannon.
I think it is.
It's Gannon, right? He's pretty cold though.
Yeah.
It was Gannon, if I'm not tripping. But
Jonathan Gannon, no, he was their coach last year. And
yeah, but
they did not have a new coach.
It was his first year last
year. It's still Jonathan Gannon. That's correct.
Yeah, but it was his first year last year, though, right?
Yep, 41, man. These young coaches coming.
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go. The good guys win this though. I'm going with Washington's first win goes against Arizona.
Okay, and I'm actually counting this one as a win too, and I think we can pull it to Arizona. That's 2-2 away. So we'll snake back the other way, go to Week 5. To me, Browns at home, I think that's definitely a loss. The Browns are a tough team, man, and they're going to be healthy. Deshaun Watson should be back. Man, I do not think we are going to beat the Cleveland Browns. So I got that as a loss.
They're going to be going against Lucas, the new guy we got. They look the rookie 4th round pick, 3rd round pick.
Brandon Coleman,
and then they also gonna have 4-time Glock Dookie Award winning right tackle
They got Denzel
Wow.
Ward, Greg Newsome, Myles Garrett. They got
Myles Garrett's enough.
Zadarius Smith, Isaiah Thomas. They got
Yeah, that's gonna be
I'm trying to let
you're
them
gonna
list
find
what
out
they
what that
got.
125-pound quarterback we drafted is worth that day.
Devin Bush. They got old Dustin Hopkins on the roster. That's pretty
Man.
funny. That's funny, actually. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who I believe Dev was kind of high on coming out of that draft from Notre Dame. Linebacker. He's kind of a tweener, but he's proven to be a linebacker. He's been okay. Of course, they got Deshaun. Jameis Winston slid over there to be the backup, and they got Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford, who are fantastic running backs.
Jameis Winston's gonna play for them for the years up, man.
I'm sure he will.
Significant amount. I believe he's gonna be good too.
Yeah,
I've always believed in Jameis Winston, man.
I have too.
One of the best touch passes I've seen.
The W's, I think Jameis Winston's a pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah.
They have David Njoku, who's just a 6'4", 250 monster to stop. And then for the receivers, they got Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy slid over there, Elijah Moore.
Jerry Jeudy's on the Browns?
He's on the Browns. Jamari Thrash out of Louisville got drafted to the Browns. And Michael Woods, I don't know who he is. But so, yeah, they got a pretty strong team. Phil or Dev, you're calling that a loss as well?
I'm talking about an L right there.
Okay. Mr. Phil, what do you have for the Browns game?
I'm taking the Browns, but it's not going to be because of Deshaun Watson.
That's fair.
Yeah, because the defense
did not impress me last year.
Yeah,
I don't think it's because of Deshaun Watson. I think it's you're right. I think it's the defense.
I mean, look how much better their offense moved with freaking Joe Flacco back there.
It did, and they got a good run game though. They got a good run game.
Yeah, they'll win because their defense is spectacular. If you're expecting it to be like the Deshaun and Jaden show, no, I think Jaden may just outplay Deshaun outright in that game.
Yeah,
because Deshaun, like, dude, averaged like 185 yards passing last year. That's kind of trash.
See, Todd, this is what you said. Deshaun versus Jaden versus Caleb should be fun. I'm not trying to put Jaden versus anyone. It's the Commander versus someone else because this is the same language we used to use with Robert versus this, Robert versus that. It's the team versus the team, and you put an unnecessary amount of pressure when you do this.
Not only that, but you come across like a stan and an asshole. So stop doing that, man.
I mean ESPN does it too. ESPN's already doing it, but I'm just trying to. For me, this is just my own personal opinion. I'm not going to say it's going to be this guy. It's the team versus the team. And
no, because what it looks like then is that if we lose, it's the team. When we win, it's Jaden. That's that stupid mentality.
Yeah,
with quarterbacks, especially with quarterbacks. But like I said, you can't apply NBA talking points into the NFL. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, Phil, we're going to snake back over to you. Baltimore in Baltimore.
Hold on. I'm going to speak as if I'm Todd, but I'm going to be Dark Todd in this sense. Lamar's going to eat Jaden's lunch.
Okay, so that's a loss.
You see how crappy that sounds?
Yes.
No, the Ravens are going to beat us in that game.
Yeah. Dev, do I even got to ask you? All right.
Get destroyed.
Yeah. That's
maybe not destroyed, man. Honestly, I don't think Baltimore's offense is good enough to destroy people themselves, but their defense is. Then, yeah, that might be a game, man. For us, man. I think we might. I feel like Baltimore's going to win the games where we have a good, strong showing, man, but lose.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it an L. Long story short.
California kids, Bryce Young, Rashawn. Bryce Young's a bust, dude. Hate to break it to you. He might be from California, but he's a bust.
I don't know if he's a bust.
He got outperformed by Sam Howell. So if you can't outplay Sam Howell, you suck, right?
I don't know if he's a bust.
That's the
Todd Samuel math.
Hey,
Samuel logic. God,
you let a 5th round pick outperform you, man.
You can't call it Todd Samuel logic because I'm putting logic in Todd Samuel.
You are a bust. You let Sam Howell throw more touchdowns than you. You are a bust. Okay. So there's 18 game season. We
17.
are 18.
It's a bye week.
Yes, I mean 18 total weeks, not 18 games. You're playing 18 total weeks. I'm sorry. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to say through the first third of the season for our breakdown so far, Phil, you are at 2-4. Dev, you are at 1-5, and I am at 2-4. So we're all pretty close. I don't know if anyone else has quarter breakdowns, but I'm at 2-4. Dev's at 1-5. Phil's at 2-4. So we're doing okay. We're not too over aggressive. So we're gonna snake back around to me. Carolina at home, man, that's a win. That is a win, like for the same reasons I just talked about Bryce Young. And Dev, what say you?
I think that's a win as well.
Man, Dev getting on a train. All right, Phil.
Carolina, we winning.
All right. Okay, we're gonna snake back around to Phil, and we are at home versus Chicago. This is the Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels I only say this because it's the first overall pick against the second overall pick, so there's going to be a lot of hype. I'm actually shocked this one was not primetime, to be honest with you. I really am shocked.
Because it's not primetime, I'm taking Washington.
Oh, okay, taking Washington. All right, Dev.
This is where hopes get up.
Yeah,
I'll go with Bears. They got a lot of talent, man. They got a lot of guys, including our best defensive player last year. They got him too.
Yeah, I am also going for the Bears in this game. I do not think we'll beat this one. The Bears were not your ordinary first overall pick team. They had 7 wins last year.
They whipped our ass. They whipped our ass with the guys that aren't even there anymore.
Hey,
they didn't want
65% roster turnover. It's a different team, so we don't know what the team's going to be. But I'm still going a loss for that game. The Bears
I had to pick a game where I think that we're going to win that we shouldn't, and this
might be the one. That's fair. They got
our ass last year, bro.
They got a Rome Aduns got, he got drafted right after Caleb. Keenan Allen is on that team now. Jaquan Brisker, if you remember Jaquan Brisker out of Penn State, the DB. They got Jalen Johnson, DB out of Utah. They got who else? Tre'Davious Moore, Tavares Moore. They got Greg. Remember Greg Stroman? We had Greg Stroman. He's on that team.
Keenan Allen.
They got Keenan Allen.
Okay,
yep.
while these guys plays the Chicago freaking Bears, Deluxe says that Caleb Williams has bust written all over him. Why?
Look at those 3 receivers. At those 3 receivers.
Yeah, his receiving core on the Bears.
Where that logic comes from? Where Caleb Williams has bust written on him.
This is why I think Caleb will do well. You got Khalil Herbert, Travis Homer, DeAndre Swift as your running backs. That's a lot of pressure to take off of the quarterback. And then your
tight end too.
Receiving crew, Cole Kmet is your tight end, and Gerald Everett, who's been in the league forever.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet is a fantastic receiver. And then receiving core, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Rome Aduns. Sorry.
Yeah. A lot of people think the best receiver in college last year.
That could be one of the best trios. Now, they don't have a whole lot after that, but that could be a very fantastic trio.
I thought they got a lineman too in the first round, didn't he? Didn't he get the receiver and a lineman? They got a left tackle. Sean, there's somebody.
Did they get fish? Hold on. Offensive lineman. They got they got a guy from Yale, Kieran Armagadije. They got
that's the guy.
Yeah, they got him.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
Second round.
Yep. Todd says everyone compares quarterbacks. You're right. Not for every single game though.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going. I think we lose that game. They got a lot of firepower, man. I expect the Bears maybe win that division, bro.
Detroit. I think it's Detroit's to lose.
Oh, I forgot Detroit. Yeah, fucking.
Goff just signed a new deal, but Chicago should probably come in second and they should easily be in the wild card hunt for that one.
Yeah, them and the Packers.
Yeah. Was that me to start or was that you to start, Phil?
I started the Bears.
Okay, so this will come back around to me. Giants away, dude. There's just nothing, absolutely nothing that impresses me with the Giants. So I got it. I know, Dev. I get it, but I'm. You know what? No, I'm going against my better judgment only because By this time, I think they'll probably be settled in, and the East is hard to win, even if you're good or bad. We lost to them. We lost to Tommy DeVito last year. So I'm gonna, as much as I want to call this a win, I'm gonna call it a loss. Go ahead, Dev. I know what you're gonna call it.
Yeah, it's a L. I'm not even going to give you the reason why. You know why.
Phil's more optimistic than I am. So, what do you got for week 9 Giants?
Well, I was winning the first one.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Okay. Oh, Phil, I did not see that.
He's splitting them.
Okay, you're splitting them. I'm splitting them too. That's why I'm saying it's the math in the NFC East is just kind of like that. Even if you're best at your worst, you're just kind of split.
Unless you go 7-9 and win the division, because then you got to beat everybody.
Yes, and then you're diving for the pylon. Justin Fields will be starting against us. I don't know, man. I think Russell Wilson might be set, dude. I think Russell Wilson might be set. I think they're just going to play Russell Wilson for a year, and then Justin Fields might take over the following year. They got to renew his contracts. They're going to have 2 free agent quarterbacks. So I don't know. That's a good question. So that puts us on week 10, and that puts us to Phil at home versus the Steelers, 1 p.m. What do you think?
Talking to me, what I think?
No, this is Phil. And if you guys want to look at any of these rosters, let me know. I'll just pull them up.
It's going to be a loss, and we shouldn't lose. But
why shouldn't we? That 10-win team, bro.
I don't think the Steelers really got better.
They didn't get worse. They were better than us last year too.
Yeah, but we got better. So,
think so?
Yes, I do.
We'll see.
Okay, Dev, what about you? What are you calling for this one? A loss.
Yeah.
All right. I am also calling a loss versus Steelers because you know what? The Steelers are just always a well-coached, well-prepared team. They're always competitive, and now they actually have a quarterback who's not a, mini mittens, Kenny Pickett or Mr. Racist Rudolph. Just joking, Mason Rudolph. But okay, so that puts it back on me. Thursday night football. First time seeing the Eagles in Philadelphia on Thursday night. I'm calling this one a loss. I think it would just be tough Thursday night, coming off a tough game versus Steelers, rolling right back around 4 days later to play on Thursday. Yeah. So what about you, Dev?
Loss.
All right. Phil?
Eagles Thursday night. Oh God, it's this one. You know what's crazy? This feels like an upset.
Us or for us upsetting them?
Upsetting them. It feels like it. It really
you
does.
said the same thing with the Bears. You said the Bears. I think that's the upset. Now you're saying this is the upset. Hey, every game can be the upset, man.
I think we're good enough to pull off a couple upsets this year.
It's not an upset if you pull off a couple of them.
It is when you're not expected to win. That's an upset.
You ain't pulling off a couple of these wins. This kind of upset no more, though. That's what I'm saying.
But it's Thursday night. It's against the Eagles. You know how we always have these weird games against the Eagles. We always play them stupid tough.
And lose.
No.
We beat the Eagles plenty of times.
Not last year before we beat them on Sunday night, wasn't it?
We beat them plenty of times where we had no business.
Oh my God. If Taylor Heineke doesn't throw the ball, we win.
We play our best games against the Eagles and lose every year, I feel like.
Yeah. And sometimes we beat them, we have no business beating them.
And it feels like this should be it. I'm going to say loss, but I'm torn on that one too.
Yeah. Well, give you a second. Deluxe says, who would you rather face, Wilson or Fields? I'd rather face Wilson only because you don't have to worry about the threat of running. It's a little easier to contain.
Yeah, Wilson ain't gonna throw the ball for 20 yards, maybe twice the whole game.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. Who are the receivers in Pittsburgh? I'm gonna pull them up now.
Deontay. What's his race?
Deontay Johnson.
And then
didn't he move to another team?
He might have.
Receiving core for Pittsburgh.
Pickens.
Let's see. We got Calvin Austin, Marquez Callaway, Dez Fitzpatrick, Keelan Harris, Van Jefferson, Scotty Miller, George Pickens, Quez Watkins, who came from New Orleans, Deuce Watson, Roman Wilson out of Michigan. So it's Roman Wilson,
Panthers,
George Pickens, and Quez Watkins. So they're not the greatest core, but they have a strong tight end and Pat
right. We might
Pat
get
Freiermuth.
this. I'm not
Freiermuth
going.
is pretty good. Darnell Washington, if you remember, he's that 6'7", 260 guy, that tight end. For their running backs, though, Najee Harris is old faithful, right? And Jalen Warren is very dynamic. Jalen Warren is really, really, really good. And they also picked up Cordarrelle Patterson from Atlanta, the kind of Swiss Army knife, Curtis Samuel type dude, been in the league for forever too. So
Except Fields might be playing some receiver too, or kick return.
yeah.
It was dead ass. He was dead ass serious.
All right, Phil. Have you decided on Philadelphia Thursday night?
I said we'll lose that one, but God, do I want to say it's a win? But I'll say we lose.
Okay.
Cowboys.
Snake back around to Phil. We got the Cowboys at home. That's going to be a 10-day stint. So we went from a short week to a long week, kind of a mini bye built in. What do you think about the Cowboys at home at 1 p.m. for week 12? We win. Okay.
We're beating the Cowboys at home.
All right.
I don't Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys are just stuck in neutral.
Yeah. And they did jack shit in the offseason. So, Dev, what do you got? Loss. Okay. Oh, man, this one's tough. But I'm going to chalk this one up as a loss as well, only because I don't know why. I just got a gut feeling. All right, let's roll over to Tennessee at home. I think this one is a win. Coming off that Dallas Cowboys loss that I just predicted a week later, Tennessee at home, 2 back-to-back home games. I think
you know what? I'm gonna change my Dallas one to a win.
Oh, are you?
Only because I think that the Dan Quinn, they'll be amped up. I think they'll be amped up because I think they'll play good against the Eagles and lose. I think they'll be amped up to play against Dan Quinn and the Cowboys. And then I think they'll also. I'm going to say it now since we're on Titans win too.
Yeah. Yam says, I abhor losing to the Eagles, but I think they sweep it this year. And Deluxe says, holy crap, imagine if Washington
hold on. This nigga used the word abhor on this podcast?
I abhor.
Damn. Hey, see, it's what you get. You got a smart fan base here on Commandthispod podcast.
Abhor? That's right.
Abhor in a complete sentence.
I think Eagles fans
but I will say this. He has spent a lot of time in Japan, so
that's true.
They got smart kids there. He's a school teacher. You have these American public schools.
Yeah, let me just Google the word.
Where they don't know how to learn to play piano until they're like 30.
Yeah. Deluxe says, "Holy crap! Imagine if Washington beats Philly and Dallas back to back. That'd be sick, dude." Okay, so just to recap, I said loss. Dev said win. Phil said win. So
we're talking about Tennessee.
No, that was just a Dallas recap. I flipped over and said we will beat Tennessee. Man, no, I'm not changing anything. We'll beat Tennessee. So okay, Dev, what do you got for Tennessee?
I got us winning that one too. I think we're going to streak for the bye.
Phil?
Win. Tennessee's another team. I just don't see where they've gotten better or where they need to get better.
Yep. Okay. Then we got the bye week. So that is a neutral across all platforms and records. Week 15. Let me bring this down up a little bit. Away at New Orleans. That's Derek Carr and crew. I think we can beat them. Actually, this is on you, Phil. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I jumped ahead.
This is a tough one. I am going to say a loss.
Okay.
And I'm going to blame it on Todd Samuel because he's supposed to be at that game.
Okay. Funny, the Saints got Spencer Rattler. I'm trying to think who else they got. They got Marshawn Lattimore. They have
I feel like they're another team that's kind of like us, like
Chase Young. Chase Young's on the Saints.
He's still out. I don't know if he'll be there.
He had that neck surgery.
He's on IR, so they have to bring him back.
Yeah, but they're looking at him for a midseason return.
Yeah, Jalen Ford, the linebacker, who's really good. They got Khalil Hudson. Not that that means anything. Kaliki Hudson. They
Yeah,
have who else going down the line? Taysom Hill, of course, Derek Carr, Jay Kaner, and Spencer Rattler, who I believe will be the future quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. One day, yeah. Alvin Kamara. They have James Robinson, if you remember him. Jamal Williams, if you remember him from Detroit.
That's the running back out of Jacksonville, right? Back in the day, he played for Jacksonville. Had a really good year as a rookie and never.
James Robinson, correct. Yeah. Yes, and never did anything else the rest of the time.
All the fantasy football for me, though.
They got that really good tackle, Talise Fuaga. Remember, we talked about him during the pre-draft. He's really good. They have Dallin Hooker, tight end they drafted in the draft. Juwan Johnson is a good tight end. For the receiving core, they have Jermaine Jackson, Bub Means, Stanley Morgan, Chris Olave. We know about
Jermaine Jackson, Tito's brother.
I know, right? They got Equiminius St. Brown. So they got the other St. Brown, not Amon-Ra, but the other one. And Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed is a good receiver out of Weber State. So, yep. Okay, Phil, Deb, what do you got for that game?
Todd says go to win. We got 2 weeks. I think at this point they're both probably not playoff teams. I'm gonna go to win. Okay. It's gonna piss me off if they win if we're both not playoff teams. I'm gonna root for a loss if we're not a playoff team at this point.
So the last time we played the Saints is how Rodney Thomas left the fan base. Do you think this brings him back?
No. I think he's gone, man. He
gone. Okay, I have this as a win. So we failed to do our check-in at the second half of the season after week 12. I apologize for that. I'll just, you know what? Should I just keep this going to the end? Because for the cumulative numbers, you want to check in. Okay.
We're almost done now.
So for Philly, the Philly game at home, we lost the first one. I hate to say this, man. I got this being a win. We lost the first one. We're gonna split the season. 1 p.m. at home. I got a 3-game winning streak going for the team. So what about you, Dev?
I agree. I'm going to win here, man. I'm going to win here.
Phil, week 16, Philadelphia at home.
I'm wrestling with this one.
Trust your gut.
I don't think we're going to win. I don't think we're going to win. And it's because Philly's going to have more to play for. They're going to be fighting for playoff position.
It was last year too, and they still lost. So I mean, it was last year too, and they still lost to us. It's about the same point last year too, about the same place.
Yeah. No, we played the Eagles early last year.
We played them early and last. We played them Cowboys and Giants the last 3 games. I think, or some bullshit.
No.
Yeah.
No, we played the Eagles early and in mid-season.
Yep. Todd says we're beating the stadium will be loud. Rams Yam says the Saints are doo-doo butter. We better win. Ryan Elias, what's up, brother? Said they lose the last 3 in a row. Falcons have me on the fence, but I have them finishing 9-8. Okay, I'm calculating everyone's records just so if you do have a record prediction, put it in the chat. I got Todd at 9-8, Yam at 7-10, and Ryan at 9-8. Okay, we just did Philly, so Phil, you're marking that as a loss. Yeah. Okay. Snake back around to you. Atlanta at home, December 28th or 29th. We don't know.
They can flex a game the whole fucking day?
But remember the last 2 weeks are always Saturday and Sunday games. As they start getting. Damn. It kind of sucks for people trying to to buy tickets and plane tickets and hotels and stuff, but
Kirk Cousins at quarterback. God,
you got to make some assumptions here. That's the problem. You got to make assumptions
lately. But
Kirk Cousins will never get hurt.
Is undefeated against us.
You got to make assumptions. Like you got to assume that either this guy's the quarterback or Penix is the quarterback.
Are in for this year, and we're not. I'm going to say we lose.
Yeah,
okay, so you're chalking that as a loss. Dev, you have that as a loss as well.
Usually a really good game between us too every time.
Yeah, I also have that as a loss. Just to look at their roster here very quickly, the Falcons, they have Grady Jarrett. I'm trying to look at the big names they have. Milo Eifler went to the Falcons. Holy snap. Young Ho Koo. Asian punter or kicker, excuse me. Respect. Offensive line, yeah. Braylon Trice, rookie from Washington, made it over there. Kirk Cousins, Taylor Heineke still on the roster, Michael Penix, Tyler Algier, Robert Burns, Chase McClellan out of Alabama got drafted. They got Bijan Robinson. They got Jesse Bates.
That's what
they got Kyle Pitts for their receiving core. Josh Ali, Chris Baird, Dylan Drummond, Drake London, Austin Mack, Ray McLeod, Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore. So not a whole lot of receiving firepower, but okay.
Drake.
Yeah.
Pitts.
Yep. Todd says Jaden versus Kirk Cousins. 9-8. We make the playoffs. All right. So I got that as a loss. Dev has that as a loss. But that was a lot. Back under me. Week 18, final game of the season. Dallas. I say that's a win.
I agree. So yeah, Dallas always chokes in December, man.
I agree.
Too. They choke for sure. They'll need that win to choke.
Okay.
But you know what's fucked up? I think we'll be so sorry we need to lose that game and we win. That's what's going to irritate. I'm telling you, man. It's going to come down to that. Dallas is going to need the game to win.
Security
we ain't going to need to win, and we're going to win that game. They're going to lose.
Funny stuff to Lex. I remember the security guard dude, man. That's funny. Ryan said, Todd and I finally seeing eye to eye. Fuck you, Todd, and my Kevin Hart plays. Todd said, DQ playing against the Falcons would be a big story. Jaden versus Taylor.
Oh. I was about to give Todd credit for making a storyline that didn't involve Jaden Daniels, and he made it about Jaden Daniels.
Damn, not only is Penny's not going to be playing, or Kurt, you saying Heineke going to be taking the job.
Yes, salute. Make the team. Thomas Millen, what's going on? Thank you much for joining. I'm late, brothers. Long day. Well, you know what? Better late than never. Glad to have you. Just making some roster predictions. We'll give you the recap here in just a second. Yam says, in case you are curious, my 7 wins are 2 versus Giants, Dallas, Carolina Saints, Steelers, Falcons. Okay. All right. So Thomas Millen, 9-8. Ryan, 9-8. Yam, 7-10. Todd 9-8, Phil 8-9, Dev 7-10, and me 7-10. I'm gonna type this up and make it more official, but I'm 7-10, Dev 7-10, Phil's 8-9. Dev, I thought you would be lower for all those.
I did too.
You were talking.
I did too.
At least it wasn't 13. At least it wasn't 13. Usually we finish lower than what you do. When you do the individual ones, we always finish lower for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we have to do it again after preseason because we, like I said, we have no idea.
Yeah, and we don't know who's going to make it.
Rosters haven't been filled out.
Yeah, we could lose someone, and then, or one of these quarterbacks we talked about playing could have a preseason injury, they get hurt for the year, or whatever. But man, yeah, Thomas, we're all being realistic as much as we believe in Dan. Absolutely, it's about a season of growth for him. Like I was telling Todd earlier, I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid's shoulders. He might, of course, he can probably take it, but why put that pressure?
If Jaden Daniels is mid, what if he is just okay? What if he's like, what if he's like a little better than Hal?
Are you talking about like Justin Fields? Okay.
What if he's last season just
throws for 2,000 and rushes for like 700? 800?
Well, Justin Fields was out like 7 or 8 games too, though. To his credit, that motherfuckers might have made the playoffs if he hadn't been out. To his credit. So, but if
it doesn't matter, Dev, regardless of how Jaden does, it doesn't matter. He could be 0-17.
No, I don't know. I think he has to be. You can't. I don't think you can go into the season wondering if he's a starting quarterback. You have to know that.
If he's Josh Rosenbad, okay. But I don't see it. I don't see it. What
if he's Bryce Young? Bad. His rookie year. And then you get to pick, and then you're picking like 1 overall, you can get Sanders. Do you pick Sanders? No. Let's say Sanders wins the Heisman, is clearly the best player in college. Let's say this happens.
And then we have a really, really high pick.
Yeah, he's clearly the best quarterback coming out of college. Let's say if he is at the end of the year, hypothetically.
You're about to piss your client off, Dev. First off and
if
foremost.
that happens, and then we got like a mid quarterback where we're like, hey man, I don't know. Let's say he just has a Howell year. Let's say he's Howell his rookie year, which is a good rookie year, honestly. Let's say this dude is Howell, pulls up Howell numbers.
And
you can separate the runs and the passes however you want, but yardage combined, he has about 4,000 combined yards, right? Let's say he has 4,000 combined yards, where there's 35 and 5 or whatever you want to do it. And that's him, right? But we suck, and we're the first pick in the draft again next year, dog.
Do you draft the quarterback at number 1?
Do you pick Sanders?
No, I don't. I've seen enough from Jaden to be perfectly okay with continuing to push the next year. Because then you can get your Marvin Harrison Jr. or you can get your Jordan Travis or you can get your name your number 1 left tackle that you might be. There's a reason. If we're that bad, there's a reason, right? And I don't know what that reason is going to be. Whatever that reason is going to be, you can fix it.
What if it's not Jaden?
That's what I'm saying. Then you're picking high enough to fix whatever that problem is. And for the record, if you're saying he performs a Sam Howell year, that's a fantastic first year starter. But as a second overall pick for a fifth round first year starter, that was a phenomenal first year. For a second round number 2 pick, I would hope that he would do better. Because if you don't, then what are we doing?
How the first half of the year was all right. That was somebody worth building around. The first half of the year, first 7 games.
I got you, Marcus. 9-8.
And then it just was like Egypt air, just
Ryan says, "Imagine if Jaden gets hurt again." Don't say that, man. Don't say that. We don't need that.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Jaden and LaMarcus hurt.
Sierra Watson, the Ravens schedule. This is the Commanders schedule.
Sierra, we ain't doing the Ravens schedule.
Fuck the Diaz brother. I mean the Ravens.
But I will say we all have the Ravens beating the Commanders in week 6. No lie.
And we have them beating us in preseason too, because I know they mad.
Ryan said Dev's camera and background gives me Eric Andre TV show vibes.
Yeah, is that the guy that gets naked all the damn time? Light skin, little khaki colored nigga. I know he's talking about.
He's light skinned dude. But.
Todd said the defense will be better and the running game will be better. That will be the difference between us and making the playoffs. Probably so. Yam says you can't have a Howell year. EB is gone and AP is here. That's true. Thomas, facts, you can go into our second year as a rookie quarterback, a lot more optimistic knowing your team did bad, but you did all right. We may just have a top 5 pick next year, but we have the GM and coach. And that's what I was saying before, Dev. This is a singular aligned division that no matter what, they're going to try to get better. Last year, man, we had one guy over here. We had the GM over here. We had the coach doing Lord knows what over there. You had Jack Del Rio doing something back there. You had Eric Bieniemy all the way in the corner over there doing something. Nobody was on the same page last year. And I don't see that with this staff. I think we're gonna be just fine. Even if we finish bad, like you said, or 7-10, like your record said.
I'm not so curious. I'm not so upset about finishing bad so long. I just want to finish the season. I would love to not finish bad. Trust me. I just want to finish the season knowing that that we have our quarterback. Like there's somebody we can build around. Like I feel like that
your client says stop.
No, I'm still Team Jaden, but I'm saying if Jaden sucks, I'm gonna be Team Sanders fast as fuck, bro. I'm gonna let you know.
Ryan dropping the heat. How gets more hits than Jaden?
Be good. You gotta be good around here, dog.
Yeah, Todd. Lamar's down to 205. We were just talking about this. He dropped 15 pounds, man.
Jaden's really 210 though.
Lamar did it on purpose. I think Lamar's gonna be nasty this year, dude.
They should have won. They should have won that last game against the Kansas City. That's the coach's fault. They lost that game, big dog. You don't go into a game as a number 1 run defense or offense against the number butthole last run defense and then pass the ball 28 times with no play action, dog. In a game that mostly was a one.
Sounds like Eric Bieniemy.
It's fucking stupid. Like that's a horrible. And on top of that, they still could have won because you had a receiver drop a ball that was wide open for a touchdown. Then he gets a 40-yard bomb on 3rd and long, and then taunts and gets that wiped at least 3 wiped away then, and then he fumbles another touchdown diving in the end zone.
Yeah.
So you still should have won the fucking game. That's what's crazy. As bad as you played or coached, you still should have won that game if you're Baltimore, dog. You lost that game. Kansas City didn't beat you. You lost, bro. And that's what would piss me off on the Ravens. But every year, Lamar gets closer, man. Every year he goes another game deeper, dog. So He might go some bullshit and lose.
He does. Real quick, I want to talk about our social media team who's been doing very, very well lately. And every team, if you go on X or their Facebook, they did their own scheduled release videos. And these videos were not bad. The opponents as Vines, some people, I encourage you to go recommend. I recommend you to go look at the Chargers opponents as Pop-Tarts. That's really funny. But they did the Bears. The sound probably not going to come through if I listen back. But they did the Bears, and there's these funny Vines. Okay. For this one, you got sorry, I need to click on the actual thread for these to come through. You got the Cowboys. Sounds coming through?
Not that one.
Giants. Sound coming through?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
It was a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eagle.
This one doesn't really make sense.
Hold on, let me see.
Welcome back to me screaming.
I don't get that one.
Eagles screaming.
Oh.
Wow.
That audio came through, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This one, Panthers. Cats. Kind of funny.
I miss mine.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Playing the Jazz. Bucks.
You just drop in and just smack the lip. Drop down.
Oop.
You just drop in and just smack the lip. Drop down. Snap.
Yeah, surfer dude, I guess. Ravens.
Tampa Bay.
That's kind of cute. Bengals.
Watch me whip. Watch me nana.
Watch me whip. Watch me nene. This one's kind of funny. That one's kind of funny.
Brown.
Steelers. This one doesn't really.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Towel. Terrible towel.
Terrible towel. Yes. Falcons. This one doesn't make sense. I don't think. Or Cardinals.
Where's the lizard?
Lizard. Lincoln the Lizard to Arizona desert.
Gila monster.
Yeah.
There. No! Oh, there's right there.
Is that a polar bear? There's a scream.
Nashville.
Oh, Nashville.
The Nashville. And that was it. And then the other teams' fans continued to go in on us. So that was it. But social media team did a pretty good job. Go look at the other release video. It was the cake or no cake. Was kind of good too. But yeah. Yes. All right. What else? We could talk about Johnny Newton's foot. He did have surgery on that second foot, if you guys are tracking.
Footgate.
Did you guys see that? By the way, I still haven't watched the Tom Brady roast. Tom Brady roast will be watched soon by me. But yeah, Johnny Newton had his second surgery. No one seems to be too worried about it. I think he's going to be okay. Going to be okay. What else? Signings. So there was talk about the Commanders bringing in, if you remember,
Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, the old Steelers receiver, and I don't know where did he go from.
Raiders.
From the, I don't know.
Raiders.
Was it the Raiders?
I think that's the last place he was.
Okay. Either way, they brought him in for a workout. It didn't say anything about him signing, so oh well. But it turns out they did end up signing a receiver named Damiere Byrd. I don't know who he is. I'm about to find out here. Damiere Byrd. He is a guy from the Cardinals. He's 31 years old. He's played on holy shit. the Panthers, the Cardinals, the Patriots, the Bears, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Falcons, the Texans, and the Commanders. So he's been around. He's from South Carolina, University of South Carolina.
Special teams guy.
So he's been around for a while.
Special teams are gonna matter this year, guys.
Yeah. Yam says Tom Brady needs a thicker skin.
I'm pretty straight. You tripping? He kept it together.
Yeah. Ryan wants to know what game are y'all going to? We got to figure that out. And I say that because
we are going to have in private.
Yeah, remember we talked about this last episode. You know, we're partnering with the team, and we're going to have a special discounted tickets for a Command This Day for the stadium. So we'll let you guys know. You'll get whatever game we figure out. If we can get it, you'll get discounted tickets. We'll give you guys a link, and then we'll all be sitting in the same area. But we got some stuff to figure out, some logistics first.
It's odd. You should travel up.
Yeah, you should travel up. Get some discounted tickets and kick it with your boys.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Deluxe, did you see the McVay question challenge? I saw McVay's been doing some podcasting. I don't know if you guys seen that. He had Kyle Shanahan on there.
What are you talking about?
Oh, the question that he talked about Kyle Shanahan was the 49ers were trying to get Matthew Stafford when he was going from the Lions to the Rams, and Kyle was like, they wanted Matthew Stafford. And so they talked about, oh, we got time. And next thing you know, they were like, Kyle, pick up the phone and call Matthew. He's like, not yet. Next thing you know, he had signed with the Rams. So he was like, fuck. I should have called Matthew Stafford, because it was literally minutes. And then he was gone from the Rams to from the Lions to the Rams, but pretty cool. Thomas says, sorry for spelling. I am not sober. Just got home from a celebration of life. Thomas,
it's a celebration.
Yeah, it's a celebration. I'm not gonna say the rest, but I hope that went well, whatever that situation was, and that you were at peace with whatever celebrate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said I hope you are at peace with whatever celebration of life that was, or whose ever celebration of life that was, and may they be blessed in their next lifetime or wherever.
I mean, obviously they wanted you to celebrate because you're not sober.
Yeah, but so we talked about our schedule stuff, man. 7 and 10 for me, 7 and 10 for Dev, 8 and 9 for Phil, Marcus 9 and 8, Todd 9 and 8, Yam 7 and 10, Ryan 9 and 8, Thomas Millen 9 and 8. Deluxe is only going one game at a time, so I got you. Fine. Those are.
Todd, tell you what he thinks we are.
Todd says 9 and 8, man. 9 and 8, we can get a walk. Which depends on how bad the East is.
I got play with us.
Didn't say 17 and
Does Todd play with us fantasy football?
We don't know who is going to be out this year. We usually have an opening that pops up every year. We just did the other group chat, the Twitter group chat, Sleeper League. And your roster's I want to say we have 40 people on your roster. It is insane to manage. We just did our draft over the last 3 days, 4 hours a pick. Just rookies. You just do the rookies for 6 rounds.
Yeah.
I won that league last year, so it was fun. Thomas says, absolutely, bros. Good time. I'm happy. Yes. Deluxe, great pod. Shanahan also talked about 5 teams a year really trying to win. I got to watch this Sean McVay thing that you're talking about. But as we end, man, if you guys got something that's good in your life, please share it with us, man. Always trying to end the episode on a positive note. So if anyone has anything that's good in their lives, please let us know. And I think I shared ours. We're working with a rep with the team and try to get us a big group together for some discounted tickets for a game that we choose, and then we should have some other additional things that we got to work out. But that's what I'm sharing about what's good in my life. I don't know if Phil or Dev, you have anything that's good in your lives, but if you are, man, please put it in the chat. Let us know what's good in your life, man. How you getting blessed. We can end this thing on a high note, man.
I tore the clutch out on my Hummer, so
maybe you can get a new clutch now. So
that's in the shop. About $350 for a part.
Ryan thought it might have been a linkage, right? I think last week Ryan said it might have been a linkage. Maybe the way you were describing it.
Yeah, it's a clutch.
It's clutch. All right. I'm sorry about that. That is not really what we were going for there.
Yeah.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I have that one in here? I did. You did tell me to grab that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lowered expectations. I know I got it somewhere, but I just don't know where. Somewhere in here.
I watched Kevin Hart get the Mark Twain Award. It was a pretty cool award ceremony. A lot of good comedians.
Yeah.
Basically a second roast of Kevin Hart, if you would.
Okay.
It's pretty good. X-Men, the final episode for the season. 97.
Is this 97, Dev? Is this X-Men 97?
Finale today. It was excellent. Young Sheldon finale is today. I'm going to watch that. It started at 9, so I'm going there and watch that when I leave this. Everybody knows how Young Sheldon's going to end. His dad obviously dies of a heart attack. That's the whole premise of the show, but it still is not going to prepare you for it. But
yeah,
if you watch Big Bang Theory, you know what's going to happen to his, or has happened to his dad. It happened last week, but this is the last episode ever of that show. So I'll watch that tonight. In the NBA playoffs, then tomorrow my Knicks are going to knock out the Pacers and go to the conference finals. Who saw it coming without 4 starters? We're going to do this shit.
And you have no one that plays on the bench. So Josh Hart will play 68 minutes of a 60-minute game. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, Todd, you're right. The only thing better than X-Men 97 season finale is Jaden Daniels and LSU. Ain't that right? Big
Yo,
dog?
okay.
Dang.
Listen to this. This just came across my Twitter. A man missing since 1996 was found captive in his neighbor's underground pit in Algeria.
What? Man, the world's a crazy place.
Hey, lucky for him, he didn't miss the X-Men. He can go straight into 97. It's like it never happened. Silver linings, big dog.
I wish I had the theme music for that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man, that's funny.
Didn't miss anything. Apocalypse is still out there, man.
That's true. Deluxe said he's going to Black Eyed Susan horse race at Pimlico tomorrow. Pimlico's in Maryland?
I don't know what the fuck none of that is.
Yes, it is. Baltimore.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, that's where Preakness is. What am I saying? Thomas says, got to see brothers that raised me in the field of carpentry that I haven't seen in years for the wrong reasons, but it's already helped me financially, medically, mentally. And you know what, man? Sometimes that's just how it happens. You see people you haven't seen in a long time under unfortunate circumstances, and and sometimes there's positivity that comes out of that. So you get together for a bad reason, but at the end it comes out as a positive. So sometimes it's just how life works, man. So I'm glad that worked out for you, Thomas. Ryan said, Dev, you have a Hummer? My guy.
Man. I'm real close, man, to getting something different, man. But I just don't want a car payment. This thing,
yeah, it's nice not having one.
Yeah, man. We got one still, but my fiance has one. But we have 4 cars, I guess. None of them have a car payment, or she has a car payment. Then we have one on the new car. But I want the damn Hummer fixed, and I want to give me something new next year. I think. I don't know, man. I'm thinking Tesla, bro.
If I could, I would. I just don't have anywhere to.
I just don't want to go all the way across town and gas up, bro.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yam says, even though they lost, the Mystics ladies were on it versus New York. They just lost the shooting percentage battle, but their D was on point. Yeah, I'm going to a Mystics game on Sunday with my family to watch the Seattle Storm in the Mystics.
Indiana's playing right now, I think.
What?
Indiana's playing right now, they.
Are you talking NBA or WNBA? We're talking WNBA.
WNBA, yeah.
Okay, wasn't sure.
Is that what y'all talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about WNBA.
Yeah, the Caitlin Clark. I think she's playing today on some channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what it is.
Mystics are not doing too well. The season just started, so I'm not going to say too well. They're 0-1, 0-1. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but in their conference,
by the way, I'm sorry. Caitlin
Clark, but I think her and it'll get better. It's getting there. It just takes.
I feel like if you look like a dude and you can't dunk, you shouldn't be able to play in WNBA, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you look like a dude and you can't dunk, you should not be able to play with the girls, bro.
Yeah, but if you're,
You look like a dude. Like if you look like Dennis Schroeder,
organically a woman.
if you look like Dennis Schroeder, but you can't do Dennis Schroeder shit, dog, you shouldn't be able to play.
It's fine, dude. It's not that deep.
It's to me. I mean, I feel like I'm already watching a whole hour-long game where nobody's dunking the fucking basketball. You know,
The one girl, she's really good. She was either married or engaged or dating Darren Waller. Kelsey Plum.
Oh yeah, she's tough.
Las Vegas Aces. Yeah, she's very.
That's one that does not look like Dennis Schroeder.
No.
But yeah, she looks like the Joker though.
Brittany Griner still there. She's 6'9", dude. 6'9".
6'9" for real.
She's 6'9". Yeah, she's huge.
And dunk maybe once a year. That
She's
sucks,
huge.
Bro.
They could lower the rim maybe.
I'm 6'2" and I dunk in high school a bunch of times, dog. This
Not
chick
me,
is
bro.
6'9" in the professional basketball league and dunk twice a year, and it's like news what she does.
Marcus is cheering for the Knicks. I'm not cheering for the Knicks because I want you to be miserable with us, Washington Wizards fans. I don't want you to win, man.
When I go see the Washington Commanders play, you riding with me, dog?
Todd says the new NCAA game's coming out in July. That is true. NCAA, I think I saw Jaden Milroe. I saw Jordan Travis. I saw, the guys on the cover. Quinn Ewers from Texas and then the dude from Michigan are on the cover of that. So it should be fun, man. Marcus said Ben Affleck is divorcing J-Lo. Again? Didn't they already divorce once? Todd Samuel said Mystic should have drafted Andrew Reese. So Todd, they already would. So they got the better basketball player. Angel Reese would have maybe have drawn a better crowd, but she wasn't the better basketball player than Aaliyah Edwards from Connecticut. I think everyone knows that, and that's what they need. They needed that point shooting guard. So yes, I'm with you. She's from Baltimore. It probably would have been better for ticket sales, but I think they were going for the better basketball player, not the better seat ticket seller. But yeah. Hater Ali says, "Sup, Steve? It's Hater Pod with Coach Greg. What's going on, Hater? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate you. We're at the tail end of our show here, but we do appreciate you checking in, Hater. As always, man. Much love. Thomas says, Dev, dude, I would need a video proof of you used to dunk. Ooh, man, that's a bold statement.
Just to let you know, Thomas, I was quite an athlete. You know, I wasn't always this fat old bald nigga. You know, I had abs and hair and shit. I could dunk. I could windmill. I could 360. I could dunk 200 backwards. I could dunk.
Did you have hair though?
I could throw it out.
Have hair?
Yeah, I thought the glass.
I had hair too, so
I had dreads up to like 6 years ago. I cut them off. The Lord cut them off, really.
Yes, it wasn't you.
Yeah, but definitely I could dunk, man. You tripping out here. I could windmill. I could do all kinds of stuff, man. I wasn't even good at basketball. I was good enough to not be on the bench, but that wasn't my sport. You know what I'm saying? I was not starting all the time. I played though, and I was all right.
Yeah.
You know, I was all right athlete. I could play. I was 6'2", 6'3". You know, I could play. Yeah. I played against Tim Couch when he was in high school. He put like 50 on us.
Yeah.
In basketball, that motherfucker was raw. He was like Mr. Basketball.
Yeah. Yam says they also wanted size. They lost 3 of their big ladies, and they still have one. Forget her name. Is slow as fuck. Yeah. Not sure. Thomas, I'm just being a hard time dev. Seen too many Kill Tony episodes lately.
Oh yeah, me too. I love Kill Tony.
Ryan said Kelsey Plum coming out with the Betties. Todd said Caitlin Clark not ready for the physical play. They're bodying her. Although I will say all the calls she hasn't gotten Steph or LeBron would have. They are bodying her, man. LeBron would get those calls twice on any day, man.
Did she get hurt or something? Because she only had like 6 points or some shit.
No, they're just double and triple teaming her, and they're just playing really aggressive, and she's not getting any calls. But you come within inches of LeBron and you get the call. So it's just interesting dynamic to see everyone's out to get her. They're probably also pissed off that she's making like 100 times more than everyone else in that league. So they're probably
I'll feel it. But she's
not
giving
through salary. Through endorsements. That's what
they said today that they had to move all her games to like the Pacers stadium because they didn't fit. Like that's what she's doing for the league. So
that's good for the sport.
Yeah, ass. That's what I'm saying. That's why come the women's league It's stupid, man. Like guys don't get jealous of another dude's shoe contract, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous, man. Nobody gets mad that Lonzo Ball has a shoe contract and ain't played for 5 minutes of fucking basketball. You know what I'm saying? Since he got it. Like no one ever talks about Zion getting a Jordan deal and playing maybe 48 games of basketball in 5 years, dog. Like nobody talks about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He was good during those 48 games.
Dev Ryan said you're giving off 5'6" vibes over there.
Man, no, I'm saying 6'3", 6'2", and some quarters in there.
I would not. Unless Phil has told me how tall you are, but I would not have guessed 6'3". I was thinking maybe my side like 5'11", 6 foot.
Nah, man. My girlfriend told me you're not even a man unless you're over 200 pounds and 6 foot, dog. So
yeah, the weight's no problem.
Yeah, the weight absolutely is no problem. I got about 70 more pounds to give. But yeah, I'm not that small. In high school, I was 6'2", 200, but I played safety and I ran track sprints. I didn't run long distance and shit. So I mean, I was like 3% body fat up until my junior year of college.
Look at you, man. I was never 3% body
Man,
fat.
3%.
Never will be.
Percent muscle. Now.
Dev is 6'2", pushing towards 6'3".
Yeah. Now Rodney, if you ever met him, he's tall. I'm like of his shoulder. That nigga's tall, man.
Yeah, we need to do a Deluxe. Dev is 6'3". We need to we're gonna have to do a Dev combine.
I can't do anything like that anymore.
Amanda's combine episode.
I also have a 7'11" wingspan. I've been to a combine or two, man. I've been to a sports combine. I got 7'11" wingspan. I used to know my little shuttle thing, but I don't remember it anymore.
Yeah.
My broad jump wasn't that impressive. My vertical was impressive.
Phil has seen all of us in person. I've only seen Philip. I have not.
I have never seen you. I've never met Rod.
Yeah. Rod's big boy. Rod's like 6'3", 6'4". I think
he's probably taller than that. Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Rod says he's 6'4".
6'4".
But he's 6'4" and hates the fact that he always ends up having to play the post and pick up games because he wants to stop and shoot threes all day.
Bronny James is climbing up. He had a great combine, which is crazy. Fantastic combine. He's climbing up.
Who didn't expect it though?
I guess if you can train for it, and they knew exactly what to train for.
Right. Like you already knew the kid could hit open shots, and he was. No, I think this is the problem with Bronny is that people are going to always compare him to his dad and think he's supposed to be a superstar. But you can't tell me this guy can't come in and be hard. He's a 6'4" point guard who can probably defend 3 positions because of size and athleticism alone.
Yeah.
You look at his measurables now, he's gonna be a 3-and-D guy, dog. There's nothing wrong with being what's his face that plays for the one light-skinned dude with the fro that plays for the fucking 76ers. Or Hart. There's nothing wrong with being DiVincenzo, dog. He's made a career out of being that guy. He's made a career out of being 6'4", athletic, defensive player, can hit a 3, dog. Look at him. Look at Ragu for the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you ain't gotta be LeBron, dog. Look at Reed.
Everybody seems to be doing a combine measurements in the chat. Dev, you're 6'2" and what now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm about 260, 255, 260.
Steve?
I am 6 foot 229 as of this morning.
All right. And I am anchoring the tug of war line here at 6 foot and 3/4 of an inch. So we'll say 6'1" and 303 pounds.
Boom, boom, boom.
But
you're down though. You're down, You're down, Phil.
But I can bench over my body weight.
I cannot because I got a long arm.
Yeah, I can bench him, not by much. But
that's the difference between my 303 and a lot of other people's 303.
I can bench close to 3 in college. Now, nope. I don't even put more than 1 plate on that motherfucker now. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of benching, man. I'll do decline and incline, and I'll do all the other mechanical shits, the dumbbells. But benching, man, I don't even put more than 1 plate on at all. And I do it easy, but I'll refuse, man. I've seen some people drop this little bitch on their face, man. I'm like, you know what? I read a book where Arnold Schwarzenegger said that he never ever benches, and ever since then I don't want to do it, man.
Yeah.
I always bench. I will change up my workouts all the time. I will always bench.
Deluxe is 6'1" with speed at an older age.
I know speed now. I think I do. I think I can get away from the cops. I think I got enough of that.
Thomas Miller says, y'all got me feeling lightweight. Screw the 3-point. I'll match you on big bodies on shots. I'm
5'7",
5'7",
265.
265.
Yo, this motherfucker like a bowling ball player,
Bowling
man.
ball ass any day, Tom.
And I'm not a big bench guy. Like I love dumbbell bench.
Yeah, I
I'll do
like
like
dumbbell.
I'll do like at my peak I'll do like 110s on the dumbbell, each dumbbell for like 3 or 4. But I don't ask me to go over 275.
I'm pushing 90s for 8 right now.
Don't ask. See, that's the funny part is like I can probably do way more dumbbells than a lot of people can do on flat. Like, but then if we go flat bench, you got me. It's just something up because my shoulder injuries. I've always done really strong on dumbbell. Like I can do 110 for like 4 reps.
I have bum shoulders,
Yeah,
but maybe it's just dead, and that's why I can do bench. Like I'll go do bench, and afterwards, like during the bench, I'll just feel my left shoulder going.
I got arthritis in these hands, man. I'm scared to hell.
Bench, I'll love doing bench.
Yeah,
It's just I have way too much fun doing it. I was hitting the curls, heavy curls for a while. I was doing
for girls
105 on easy bar curls for 8. You
do a pull up. That's a real question.
Yeah,
Can you do a pull
I
up?
think my arms are up to about 19-inch arms now.
Can you do a pull up?
I can do like 7 or 8 right now myself.
I can do 1 maybe.
Yeah,
I think I can do 1 pull up. One pull up. I think I can do 1.
So
I
bad.
got too much lower body weight, man. I can't.
Man, my arms are super long, bro. My arms are super long. I got a pull up bar, and I'm so tall. Like I grab it, I can't. I'm still hitting the ground. I can't get up. I can't get over the thing. I can't.
I'm repping out 320 on squats right now for 5. Starting to get back into deadlifts. I haven't done deadlifts in years because last time I was doing deadlifts, I had a back injury. It took me out for 6 months.
I thought I'd share this with you guys.
Oh my god, what in the Premier League hell is this?
You like to clown on our uniforms? These are the Giants throwback uniforms. It's so bad. It's so bad. This looks like a European rugby team or soccer club. These are the Giants throwback uniforms. They're so bad.
I got too much time on the hands.
So bad. I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. What were you saying?
I said I got who was that said I was short? Hey, Deluxe. I got 3 daughters, and 2 of them are over 6 foot. My sister was 6'5", bro. Like I'm not that tall to somebody.
Runs in the family.
My little brother is taller than me, I think. But yeah, I'm not that short. The only short person in my family is my other sister. I got a sister that's like 5'7" or some shit. Normal height for a girl. My baby's mama, my daughter's mom is 6 foot.
Runs in the family. Sounds like
I got
Brian said, bro, if good Lord said bench your way to go to hell. I'm hitting the J and I'm going down south.
Smoke weed.
That's right.
Dude, right now, I haven't lifted a weight in 2 years. I don't think I've lifted a weight since COVID, man. I had a gym membership and I went one time during COVID and it freaked me out so much. Everybody in there with the mask on or something. Never come back to this son of a bitch, man.
Yeah.
I still pay for it though, unfortunately.
Because you know why? That's the greatest marketing. If you ever start a business or ever provide a service, do it subscription-based gym-style membership, and you'll be set for life because people like me who also join a gym and the $9 a month gym, and I never go unless but I have it in case I need it because I work out at work.
$29 a month gym at Planet Fitness and never go. I haven't got the black one where you can go in and
$9 a month at Planet Fitness.
I don't know why I got the black membership card because I can't obviously go to the goddamn tanning bed. You know what I'm saying? Why do I have that?
Well, and you could also go to with that membership. You can go to anyone,
and you
any
can use
facility.
hydro massage.
Hydro massage.
I like the hydro massage though.
Yeah, and you get discounts on stuff inside.
Man, I like to go in there, but you go in there at night, it's like a strip club, man. You go in there, it's basically just naked chicks.
My Planet Fitness smells like badussy, dude. It smells so bad at any given time, dude. And it's like people go in there, and in the summer, it's a bunch of 15-year-olds. There's like 8 of them around one machine. I'm like, you fuckers aren't even lifting. You're just talking and wearing your wife beaters and flexing in the mirror. And then the older dudes smell like shit. None of them know what deodorant is. It's so bad. And then
they walk around the locker room naked. And when you're like,
in mine, the homeless people,
dick right there.
The homeless people that the homeless people that are nearby where I live, there's lots of them. They pay for the $9 a month to go use the showers, and I get it. You got to survive, man. You do what you got to do, but it is bad, dude.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I almost never shower in Planet Fitness. I
don't either.
I got a fear of public restrooms and toilets, man. So like I'm one of those guys that have to get butt ass naked to take a shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't shit. I literally leave work and come home on lunch breaks to take shit sometimes, man. I refuse, bro. So I can imagine
shit break.
My Planet Fitness, man. Being butt naked, dog. Them girls don't work. The one I'm at, man. They're all like college, college.
You leave work to take a shit.
Yeah, I go with my girl too, man. I go in there and just be butt ass girls, like with their ass cheeks.
That's crazy.
Flexing. I'm like, I'm getting out of here. It's not even. And sometimes when you first go, you're like, ooh,
bro. Here's the. I live by Coda here. The boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
All right. On that note, we are losing people. They're dropping like flies. So we're going an hour and 40 minutes. Let's get on out of here. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Just to recap, my record's 7-10, Dev 7-10, Phil is 8-9. I got everyone else's record. Marcus, Todd, Yam, Ryan, and Thomas. Appreciate you guys. Deluxe 1 week at a time. This will be out on all the audio podcast platforms here very shortly. And we'll be back either Monday, definitely Thursday, but maybe Monday. We'll see what happens over the weekend with another live stream. We thank you for tuning in. Please go like and subscribe. Make sure you're liked on that YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Any parting words from either of you, gentlemen, before we close out?
Love, peace, and hair grease. I don't really know anything else to say. I don't know my voice is like this either, by the way. So.
What you got, Phil?
Dev's auditioning for Little Midnight Love Radio.
Yeah.
Where's Ellie?
What would I be with them up here, man?
A job over at Magic.
Who was the voice of Chef on South Park?
Isaac
Hayes. That's Ellie, man. All right, we're getting out of here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week. Peace. Inhale. We out. The buttons are stuck. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. See you guys.